And in a moment, she will read a poem that really brings honor to Blair. Part of the stories of Bruce and Sarita is certainly trials. The question really isn't, will we go through trials or will they go through trials? The question is, how will they handle it? The question is, how do we all handle it when difficulties come into our lives? The beauty of this story is how this family, particularly Bruce, responded. Could have gone two ways. One, he could have shaked his fist at God and said, surely if you love me, you would not have allowed this to happen in my life. And then bitterness and anger could have captured his heart. Or he could open his arms and say, the only way that I can get through this in my life is by coming graciously to the love and the power of God and Jesus. Bruce chose to find himself at the feet of God, saying, please help me. Because of that, God continues to bring healing and comfort and peace and rest and courage to continue to live life. He's drawn close to God, and God has drawn close to him because of his presence. Bruce, you've considered it pure joy to endure trials, and you've allowed it to create perseverance and allowed that perseverance to grow into a great faith. May that continue. And I say the same to the three of you, and now Sarita as well, that heart of perseverance will continue. So, Bryce is going to read a poem that I know was a favorite of Blair's by E.E. Cummings called I Carry You in My Heart.
I Carry Your Heart With Me by E.E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I'm never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than the soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart.
Amen. Thank you, Bruce.
I woke up this morning with this feeling inside me that I can't explain, like a weight that I've carried's been carried away, away. But I know something's coming. I don't know what it is, but I know it's amazing. You saved me. By the time it's coming, I'll find my way out of this longest drought. It feels like today, I know. It feels like today. sure. It's the one thing that's missing, the one thing I'm wishing, life's secret blessing. And then it feels like today. It feels like today. You treat life like a picture, but it's not a moment that's frozen in time. It's not gonna wait till you make up your mind at all. So while this storm is breaking, while there's light at the end of the tunnel, keep running towards it, releasing the pressure that's my heartache. Soon this dam will break. It feels like today, I know. It feels like today, I'm sure. It's the one thing that's missing, the one thing you're wishing, life's secret blessing. And then it feels like today. It feels like today. It's the one thing that's missing, the one thing you're wishing, life's secret blessing. And then it feels like today. It feels like today. I know it's today.
You can't tell by looking at me, but I'm not a dancer. Bruce's father was a dancer. Did you know that? His stage name was Russell, too. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. And we know Sarita's a dancer. And over the years that I've known her, she's taught me a little bit about dancing. And I'm not referring to that time, if any of you were here at the couples night out when I tried to learn the salsa, because that was a mess, and the tapes have been burned. But Sarita taught me that in a dance, one person must lead, or the dancers will both end up falling down and getting hurt. And life with God is that way too. When we lead, we get hurt. When He leads, the dance is a thing of incredible beauty. It was April of 2007, and Bruce's friends, Marshall and Luce and Don and Julie, had been trying to get Bruce to come down to Florida for years. He finally came down, and they set up a blind date for him. Well, Bruce knew it was a blind date anyway. Sarita didn't know. I think if she had known, she probably wouldn't have come. But it was on that Friday in April of 2007 that a relationship was about the last thing she needed. She and her daughters had been struggling with their health, physical health, emotional health. She didn't need a relationship. But just days before, she was sitting in the car and she heard a song, and something just made her feel like God had something really big in store for her. But what wasn't it? A relationship. But her friend Luce asked. Actually, to tell the truth, Luce didn't really ask, she guilted. Now, Luce is only Jewish by marriage, but apparently she's picked up the skill that so many of us have by birth. She said, "Come and join us for dinner. Marshall's friend needs someone to talk to. He's sad. He hasn't had fun in a long time." Bruce had just lost Blair 3 months earlier. I mean, how do you get back the joy after that? When I was told Bruce's story, and Bruce and Sarita told me this story, I thought about that day that I met Bruce about 2 years ago. And he told me about Blair, that she was a beautiful and godly and kind light in the world, and that she loved God, and her love of God showed in everything that she did. And her loss was so tragic. And when Bruce spoke of Blair, he spoke too of his mom, Carmel.